Mic check, mic check, mic check. Ka.
Check, check. 1, 2. Yes po.
Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 3, check. Where's the screen?
2, 3, mic test.
Sino ko mo? Ayan, doon.
Ayun. Mic test, 1, 2, 3.
Check, check, check.
Mic test,
check.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Check, 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Ayos.
Good afternoon, volleyball fans. Welcome back to the 2025 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Good afternoon, volleyball fans, and welcome back to the 2025 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. My name is Fiona Bacani, your courtside reporter for the next 2 matches of this Friday triple header, and we're still live here at the Paco Arena in the heart of Manila. Now today we're seeing 2 teams coming off of wins from last Wednesday. Our veterans from the SAVOUGE Aesthetic Spin Doctors bounced back big against FEU, and today they'll be going up against another powerhouse team in UST. While the Golden Spikers, of course, will also hope to continue their winning momentum as the newest team in the league, showing us that youth is not a hindrance to greatness. Now, which among these 2 teams will ride on their winning streak? Find out only here, where power meets passion. This is the 2025 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference.
The SAVOUGE Aesthetic Spin Doctors coming off the first win and second 4-setter game, taking on the undefeated UST Golden Spikers here inside the Paco Arena. First game of your triple header. I'll make that a second game of your triple header after that 4-set win by FEU against PGJC Navy. And then our last game today, VNS Griffins looking for their first win as they take on last year's first runner-up in the Invitational Conference, the Crisscross King Crunchers. Happy Halloween, everybody. Thanks for watching us on One Sports Plus and Pilipinas Live. Eric Ipan alongside Ivy Remulla, and we'll get back to Fiona Bacani in just a little bit. Excellent matchup we have in the second game today. We were talking off the air earlier prior to the game, Ivy. could go all the distance this matchup.
That's right, and it has been it was an exciting start earlier on this game, and the second game may be no different. And this is going to be something that may be interesting. You see, the matchup, as you've mentioned, is really something that I think we should all be looking forward to.
Take a look at the team standings. This is the third day of the Invitational Conference after the kickoff last Monday.
And we can see the two teams competing today. We have UST currently at second place. They've only played one game so far. It was a three-set win over the Sea Lions. And the SAVOUGE is now on their third game. They have a 1-1 record. They lost to Alpha Insurance in their opening match with 4 sets with FEU, and a win and with FEU in their last game also in 4 sets. So all of these teams are competing because the only top 4 will be moving on to the semifinals, where they will be joined by the 2 foreign teams, of course, one from Japan and one from Australia, and they will all play a single round robin. That makes it another exciting round.
All right, let's talk about SAVOUGE Aesthetics. Spin Doctors, this team, they've been playing plenty of sets, 8 sets already through 2 matches, but the last one was a 4-set W against FEU.
It was also very exciting and tight match against FEU. 4 players from SAVOUGE were able to end the game in double digits. And but it has been actually the attacks of SAVOUGE that helped them win against the strong blocking of FEU. Imagine a 52.8% efficiency in their attack. So that was really made the difference against the FEU, as we can see the numbers. And this is what I'm talking about. They while they probably fell short, defense at the net, but the efficiency that they had and also the minimizing the errors was something that helped them get the win against FEU.
That's right. And also, obviously, a big help. 21-year-old Raymark Betco out of Agusan del Norte didn't play against Alpha Insurance Protectors, but he came up big, top scoring for the Spin Doctors in the last game.
That's right. So it was really a fresh spin, and this is a very good debut for this young player, Raymark Betco, because he, in his first game with the Spin Doctors, scored 21 points.
Yeah.
And not only that, we're talking about how much points he scored, but it was at 58.3% efficiency. So imagine the consistency of this young player. A very good addition here for the Spin Doctors.
Plays for the CSB Blazers, so he's gaining a lot of experience here in the Invitational Conference of the Spikers turf. So expect him to get a lot of touches here today as they take on a very solid opponent, a team that has not lost yet so far. There's Raymark Betco and the numbers he put up in the last game.
That's right. So we, again, like you've mentioned, we should be expecting a lot more from this young man right here. And we might expect him to start as well, as they're going up a pretty strong opponent.
21 points off 21 attacks. I mean, everything he put out there, he scored from attacks. Very aggressive young man, very powerful. So we would love to see him on offense here today. In the meantime, UST, in their very first participation in the Invitational Conference, off to a very good start. Didn't even allow PGJC Navy to win a set.
That's right. Good start indeed here for the Golden Spikers. It was a 3-set win against the Sea Lions. It was only the first set that was a bit tight, but come the second and the third, well, pretty much, it was UST who had control. And one of the biggest weapons that the Golden Spikers unleashed in their debut game was their strong services. So that really made it difficult for the Sea Lions to come up with their offense in almost all of the different areas. As we see the numbers from that last game, it was UST who dominated. They were better in the spiking, they were dominating the blocking, and like we've mentioned, how hard they made the lives of the receivers of the Sea Lions difficult from the service line. And this is all despite the fact that they had 30 errors in that game. So they still managed to win it in straight sets. So that says a lot. But this would be something that the Golden Spikers would need to really work on for the rest of the tournament.
Now, you mentioned the offense of UST, how potent it is. Maybe it was unleashed, maybe not. Coach Oji Mamon has so much in his arsenal, but Alas Pilipinas libero Josh Ibanez, very active as an offensive player. Once again, going back to his college roots, and what a game he had against their opponents in the last game.
That's right. Well, we all can expect, of course, Josh Ibanez to perform in every game, and he did not disappoint in their opening match. He was one of the 2 players who scored in double digits in that 3-set win. So he is an overall player, as we know, not only contributing, of course, to the scoring skills, but more importantly in the floor defense. So I think this is one of the things that we really have to watch out for Josh Ibanez.
And there was even a viral video that he got into the face by one of the Sea Lions, and then he bounced back with a huge point for the Golden Spikers. So he's not a guy you want to offend on the court.
Oh yes, definitely. And those are the numbers he did for that first game. And I think we can expect him to produce more from those 16 points. So he had 10 attacks, 2 blocks, 4 aces. But again, we're talking about, you know, how well he performed defending the floor. 72% efficiency for the reception. He might even improve that as we go along the tournament.
Well, if you want to comment about the previous game, this game, or the next game, don't forget to add a hashtag SpikerSurf2025 so we can find your comments on the internet. Let's send it over to the venue announcer for the lineup of both teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside the Paco Arena in the city of Manila. This is Season 8 of the Spikers Turf, where power meets passion. This is the 2025 Invitational Conference, match number 8 of the preliminary round. Features the SAVOUGE Aesthetic Spin Doctors and their opponents, the University of Santo Tomas Gameville Golden Spikers. Introducing the 2 referees officiating this match. Our first referee, Bobby Celso, National Referee. Second referee, Josie Del Rosario, International Referee. Let's now meet the starters. First, for SAVOUGE Aesthetic Spin Doctors. Outside spiker number 1, Shawi Caritativo. Middle blocker number 4, Gilles Torres. Outside spiker number 6, Mark Calado. Setter number 14, Paige Paglaon. Opposite hitter number 22, Ray Mark Betco. And middle blocker number 23, Daniel Nicolas. Starting libero number 5, Rico Marmito. Head coach for SAVOUGE is Sidney Calderon. Calling on the starters of the University of Santo Tomas Gameville Golden Spikers. Setter number 7, team captain Tux Yampao. Outside spiker number 3, Ichi Yamanaka. Another outside hitter number 5, Max Maka. Correction, outside spiker number 5, Max Maka. Opposite hitter number 6, Bukart Sali. Outside spiker number 13, Josh Ibanez. Middle blocker number 13, Trevor Valera. And another middle blocker is number 18, Ryven Katinsag. Starting libero number 12, Edriel Alabar. Head coach for UST is Oji Mamon. Correction in the starters of UST. It's going to be Josh Ibanez.
Take a look at the starting lineup for Coach Calderon. The Spin Doctors, a minor change. Magpayo will not be in the starting lineup. He will be replaced by Daniel Nicolas. Meantime, also a minor change for Oji Mamon as G-Boy Divanga will come off the bench. And a first start for Ryuichi Yamanaka, who did not play in their first game, that win against the Sea Lions. Here we go. Big matchup here. Both teams looking to start a winning streak, Ivy, after the Spin Doctors lost their first game, a really tough 4-setter against the Alpha Insurance Protectors.
That's right. So, we've known that the Spin Doctors always, a team that, while maybe in some games they start off slow, but they can always really bounce back.
So that first serve is outside. So easy point for Daxiambao, the team captain of the Golden Spikers. Daxiambao, 21 excellent sets, including 4 points in that win against the Sea Lions. Quick answer by Gilles Torres, who is coming off a 10-point performance in the win against FEU DN Steel Tamaraos.
He was one of the 4 players who scored in double digits in that last match.
Meantime, an answer from the middle as well as Trevor Valera with his first point today.
Early activation of the middle attackers for both teams, and this is what you would like to see. You know, it's always not about the wing spiker. So the setters having the capability to activate the middles would mean good passing or good first ball.
Good coverage by Ibanez in the back zone. Macam. The save is good.
Ball still alive.
Paglaon sets it up. They go to the pipe. And Calado knocks it in. Game is tied at 2.
Off to a very tight start. A lot of good defense we've seen. A lot of strong swings.
This is going to be very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. So strap on to your seats because it's going to be a fun matchup. Caritativo with a serve.
Or probably even hold on to your dinner plans.
And wait a minute. And that touch going to be called against Gilles Torres as the Golden Spikers on top by 1. 21-year-old Trevor Valera out of Pampanga had 8 points, including 2 blocks against the Sea Lions. Paglaon one-handed set, and that will not come back. Torres knocks it in again.
Excellent play from the Spin Doctors. Impressive set there.
Gilles Torres, 10 points in the last game. 8 points against the Insurance Protectors. 3-all, serving for the lead. First set. Good pass by John Macam. Macam attacks through the single block of Betko.
So it is an exchange of points so far here in the start of the match.
Meantime, Albukhari Sali, 20 years old, out of Tawi-Tawi, went to Mapua High School. Nice looking serve, but a good pass by Marmeto. There's
what
Betko.
a kill by Betko. We were talking about this young man earlier.
Hey, Mark Betko can soar, ladies and gentlemen.
And you can see he's really not among the tallest in the court, but the very high leap.
Only 5'10", Betko. Good serve, but a better pass by the Alas Pilipinas libero. There's a nice hit by Katinsag. 19-year-old John Virvin Katinsag. Meantime, John Macam impressing a lot of UST fans in his debut in the UAAP season 87. Service outside. Macam also only 19 years old. Calado back-to-back points in double digits, 20 against the Insurance Protectors, 15 against FEU. Great pass. Off the block. Nice pass by Alabar to set that all up.
A lot of good passes we're seeing, you know, and the setters almost really don't have any trouble in trying to set up the play because they hardly move in their positions. And that's what you would want.
That's right. Oh, Paglaon, fresh off his stint as one of the reserves of Alas Pilipinas in the Men's World Championships. Great shot in the option. Dan Nicolas scored 2 against the Insurance Protectors, but was not in the lineup in their last game against FEU DN Steel. Albukhari Sali, yes! Sali is 6'4", and he jumps like that. So
So imagine that. The reach and what you have to do as a blocker.
Yep.
You know?
good coverage by Macam in the back zone. Ibanez. That one popped up, but
Oh, ball still alive.
yeah, it
That
seemed
was
like
a good save.
it touched the ceiling when the officials let it go. Macam with a push from the back row. Torres. Alabar pops it up. Ibanez cross court. This one outside. He's asking for a touch. There isn't any.
That's probably the save from the Spin Doctors with him. What a very good save.
Yep.
But it is an advantage, you know, because the ball was high, so there was really enough time.
So 7-all. Paglaon is serving. Yambao to Valera. And that takes us to our first technical timeout. The Golden Spikers up by 1. 8-7 against the Spin Doctors.
Welcome back to the 2025 Spiker Surf Invitational Conference. Now, coming off an impressive win against FEU, the Spin Doctors are now gearing up for another tough challenge as they faced powerhouse UST today. Now, despite a bit of worry, overall it's positivity and excitement that outweigh their nerves. After the last victory, Coach Sid's message to the team was clear. Maintain the adjustments, lessen the errors, and trust the defense. Now, Coach reminded the players na hindi natin kailangan makipagsabayan sa palakasan. We need to outsmart them. Discipline will be key, especially as they look to carry over their momentum heading into next week's crucial matchup against Crisscross. However, a bit of a setback for the Spin Doctors today as Charlie Magpayo is out of the game after injuring his right arm during warm-ups when he was accidentally hit by teammate Raymark Betco. He's now being brought to the hospital for an x-ray and further assessment. Still, the Spin Doctors remain fired up and focused, hoping to continue their winning streak. Back to you, Ivy and Eric.
All right, thank you very much, Fiona. So that's the reason why we're missing Charlie Magpayo, who is the starter last 2 games. Nice hit. Gilles Torres continues to be a threat in the middle.
Well, we do hope, of course, that everything turns out well for Charlie Magpayo and nothing too serious. We hope to see him again probably in the next game, hopefully.
Meantime, Shawi Caritativo, last game, 10 points, 20 receptions in their first win of the Invitational. Macam popped up by Adaw. Here comes Calado. Good save by Macam. Alabar to Sally. Sally bounces it off the block. Adaw is right there to pick it up. And again, Gilles Torres back-to-back points and thunderous hits.
A lot of fast plays we are seeing here right now. And the middles of the Spin Doctors are being exploited. They're being utilized, rather, a lot in the start of this set, and it has been working well for them.
Yep. Alabar, short pass. Yambao to Sally. Sally, the drop shot, easily picked up at the net. Macam answers and scores for the Golden Spikers.
Good recovery here for the Golden Spikers. Just finding that open area in the defense, net defense of the Spin Doctors.
Nice looking serve from Trevor Valera. That goal.
Was there a touch?
Yep.
The Spin Doctors are calling for a touch.
They got called a net touch, the Golden Spikers. So it's an automatic point here for the Spin Doctors, who tie the game at 10. Torres serving for the lead. He has at least 4 points early here in this opening set. And again, another attack from the middle, but this one is outside.
But there was a touch from the block, so
All right.
point goes to the Golden Spikers.
So side out rate here for the Golden Spikers, very high right now. They have not allowed a run so far. For the Spin Doctors, Sally, good looking serve, but a great pass by Caritativo. Paglaon. There's Becco, this time going to the right side.
And again, this is just, we're barely half of the first set, but I've been seeing a lot of good passing from both of these teams.
Becco serving again. And nice pass by Makam. Makam gets it back. Ooh. Side out once again for the Golden Spikers.
Again, exchange of points from the Golden Spikers and the Spin Doctors. So everybody, you know, for both of these teams, you really have to be creative in how you will be executing your attacks, because these teams are all good defenders or floor defenders.
Great pass by Marmeto. 1-2 for Paglaon.
And he has his back against the court, but still found that open area in the defense of the Golden Spikers. Take a look at that. He has eyes in the back of his head.
Yep. 12 all. Still haven't tasted the lead for a while, the Spin Doctors. With the left hand, a nice push by Katinsag. Caritativo blocked. Caritativo tried to push it over and it didn't cross the net. So back on top by one off an error is the Golden Spikers. Out of Cavite, Katinsag. That one crosses the net. Another block against Caritativo. He's asking for it again. Here's a reverse set. Becco! There's a block touch.
There was a touch. Point goes to the Spin Doctors. Well, expected in a very tight game. And this is what we're seeing right now.
That's exactly what we're getting. Nothing less. Nicolas out of UP. Taxiambao off the pipe. Jan Makam knocks it in. UST finished third in the V-League Collegiate Challenge. They weren't supposed to make it here. Only the first and second placers, which is FEU and LaSalle. But LaSalle begged off because of academic commitments, as Torres again continues to torture the defense of UST. So UST stepping in to participate in the Invitational, their very first Invitational conference. Paglaon, good looking serve. A short pass again by Makam. Comes Ibanez, turned away.
Torres with the block.
And for the first time, it is the Spin Doctors on top by one off this monster block.
Perfect timing with that the defense at the net.
There's a quick side out for Trevor Valera.
So we have been having an exchange of points. So since this is literally a race to 25, if the trend continues, then it means that it might be an extended set as well.
Nice looking serve. That falls in for Josh Ibanez. And right away, a very short-lived lead for the Spin Doctors because UST back on top by one, 16-15.
Malaking tulong to, preparation para sa UAP namin. And siyempre, alam naman natin, nandito yung signal, yung mga ibang teams na mga malalakas. So, magandang exposure to sa team namin, lalo na dun sa mga bago para sa amin. At mas gumanda yung gel ng team namin this tournament.
Well, the Golden Spikers are going to need a lot of experience going into the season 88 of the UAP, which is going to be, what, January?
Yeah, well, that's just a few months from now.
Right.
So a lot of preparation, and of course, over the holiday season, these teams may have to make sure that they are still in best condition going into the tournament.
2 straight points for the Golden Spikers to retake the lead, 16-15. Not a good pass there by Marpeto. Here comes Caritativo scoring.
That's with a little help from the net. That was a good set, good back set. Only one blocker challenging Caritativo at that time.
So another deadlock here, 16 all. Should be about 10 deadlocks already here in the opening set alone. Sally, the block hit his head. So this is 2 in a row this time by the Spin Doctors to retake the lead, 17-16.
Well, it was the same story over just before we had the second technical timeout. It was also a block.
Yep.
2 consecutive block that tied up the match.
Sally tries again. Cut shot is no good. It's outside. So this is the biggest lead now for the Spin Doctors, up by 2. A net fault challenge pretty quickly by the Golden Spikers. UST finished 3rd, not just in the V-League Collegiate Challenge, but also in UAAP Season 87. Lost to National University in the semifinals.
I think UST is a team that they're used to those high-pressure situations.
Yeah.
They have been in a lot of those kind of situations, being able to qualify or move on to the next round. So, but definitely playing in this tournament would be something that would help them a lot as they prepare for the UAAP.
Well, they're not just, as you look at Coach Ojimama, they're not just going against college teams anymore. I mean, these are semi-pros.
That's right.
Caritativo. And the Spin Doctors sitting on a 2-point lead. A very bad pass by Makam. He's been challenged here. His reception. Triple block. Sali pops it up. Yambao. And there's Trevor Valera for the UST side out.
Good conversion here for the Golden Spikers.
Now they need to score 2 in a row to retake the lead here. Paglaon. Raymark Betko finds the back zone. And it's a 2-point lead again for the Spin Doctors.
And he is just spiking over the block. Let's take a look at this once again.
Outstanding offensive player, Raymark Betko. Torres serving this one way short. Easy point here for the Golden Spikers. Sidney Calderon, CEO of SAVOUGE and the head coach of the Spin Doctors. Sali, a floater. Marmeto passes, running attack. That one picked up. Makam against the double block. Marmeto with a dig. Betko again. Oh, Betko back-to-back points.
That goes off the block. And he scores a point for the Spin Doctors. And we've talked about his consistency at the start of the match, and he is showing really what he can do.
Meantime, an adjustment here for Coach Calderon. Well, not really an adjustment, but a typical double sub as Narciso comes in. And then Mads Gampong. So it's a full front line for the Spin Doctors. They've got Gampong, Nicolas, and Calado. Now Coach Oji Mamon will talk it over with the Golden Spikers.
Make sure lang na mag-commit Trevor in front. No, Trevor, Bribin. Make sure lang mapasama mo lang yung gitna. Kahit na tumingin lang sa'yo, okay na sa akin. Mag-single block lang sa dulo. Okay, may option tayo. 5, back 1. Ready. Ha? Go, one stop tayo. One stop. Hey!
Well, as close as this first set has been, this is the biggest lead against the Golden Spikers. 2 points for the Spin Doctors. So what do you expect here? Obviously, they need a good pass. Who do you see Ivy attacking for UST here?
Well, definitely, as we've heard over the timeout, so the goal really is to be able to make one of the blockers of the spin doctors commit. Even a delay would be something that would be helpful, and that's the assignment of the middle blocker. But after that service ace, and that gives the spin doctors a 3-point advantage, then definitely the passing will be something that the Golden Spikers would need to look at first.
G-Boy De Vega checking in for the first time. Coming off the bench. Great set by Yambao. Off the chest of Narciso, and there's the side out UST is looking for. And now, Coach Calderon will call a timeout for the Spin Doctors.
Paulitin natin ang set play natin nung kahapon na o Bika, tres ka naman ngayon, ha? Palo zone 1, ha?
Okay guys, side out lang tayo. Huwag natin bitawan yan. Side out, side out. Pag tight yung set, discarte. Huwag natin pilitin kapag hindi talaga kaya paluin, discarte.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, 1-2!
Game plan is to hit down the line, and they have been successful with those down the line hits. Betco has actually scored a couple with that down the line. So let's see if the game plan can be executed to the side of the Spin Doctors. They are up by 2.
G-Boy De Vega, 23 years old, coming off a 6-point performance, including 3 digs. And he gets an ace, his first ace of the Invitational Conference, exactly when the Golden Spikers needed. It's a 1-point game now.
And remember that it has been the services of the Golden Spikers who also made it difficult for the Navy Sea Lions in their last match. A lot of strong serves. And if it's not an ace, but at least, you know, they really make it difficult for the receiver.
Back-to-back aces for G-Boy De Vega. What a substitution for Coach O.G. Mamon.
And he's really making the most out of the minutes given to him. Excellent service by G-Boy De Vega.
And he's acing against Rico Marmeto, a very good libero.
That's right.
So that 2-point lead is gone for the Spin Doctors. And that one on the line.
Another service
Are you
ace!
kidding me? This is 3 in a row. All aces scored by G-Boy De Vega. And now the second and final timeout called by the Spin Doctors.
Anong sabi ko sa instruction niya sa training natin, pakita mo na kayo forward para if ever makapag-adjust sa service niya. Ha? Paghagis ng bola, sakay kayo atras. Okay? Guys, one stop lang tayo. Kaya-kaya yan. Walang
One stop.
Just when it looked like that 2-point lead was safe because of how close this first set was, in comes De Vega off the bench and scores 3 straight aces.
That's right. That was actually, this is one of the best substitutions. You know, he really is, you know, taking charge of the service line.
Never seen.
And you know, one good thing about his serve as well, it's that he was varying position, the directions. You know, so. And over the time I've heard from the Spin Doctors the strategy they wanted to use, and let's see if that works here for this serve.
Going for 4 straight aces. Well, you're bound to hit the net really if you're putting a lot of service pressure on it.
But that would be forgiven, given that 3 consecutive service aces, and those are convincing service aces at that. Perfect pass.
Ibanez. And that dig goes over and outside. UST on top again by 1, 23-22. Ibanez hitting straight to Caritativo.
That hit was just too strong. Caritativo not able to control the ball.
Meantime, Chris Hernandez checking in. He comes off the bench, typically for UST. One of the rookies for Coach O.G. Mamon. Mads Gampong, that's dug by Sally. Ibanez against a double block. And this dig by Marmeto. And Narciso. Shawi Caritativo knocks it in through 2 blockers. And it's a tied game.
Excellent hit Boy, caritativo. And the blockers were really in position already. You know, they know it's going to be set to him.
And love the stare down as well. Meantime, Toto De Pedro checking in for the first time today. He didn't play against FEU, didn't score against the Insurance Protectors. This is basically his second game of the Invitational Conference.
Important serve.
Alabar with a good pass. Oh, combination play didn't materialize for the Golden Spikers. Calado will give the Spin Doctors the first set point of the match.
On the second hit.
Maikot ka na, ibigay mo na. Josh, alam mo ba ang defense pattern nila? Yung libero nila nandyan, yung 6 nila nandoon. Kung hindi nandito, nandididil ka dito, haba lang yan. Hindi naman niya pupunta ng ganyan eh. Okay?
Pass.
All right, every time you give up an easy ball, your opponent has an opportunity to really give you a beating. And that's what happened there.
Well, that was actually a good play on the side of the Spin Doctors. Didn't wait for 3 touches.
Yep.
You know, it was a perfect second ball. Perfect enough for Callado to hit.
So set point, the very first set point of the match, going to the Spin Doctors. UST, they have not dropped a set so far. They won 3 straight against the Sea Lions. And Narciso trying to keep it alive, successful. Gampong, the easy over goes wide, so set point erased by the Golden Spikers. We're tied at 24.
And this is what we're talking about. We can't expect an extended set. The trend has been an exchange of points since the start.
Yep. Yambao and company led only by a point. Meanwhile, the Spin Doctors led by as many as 2. Here's set point number 2 for the Spin Doctors. No more timeouts remaining for both teams. 3 service errors already for the Golden Spikers. Paglaon and Betco return. And Paglaon is serving, which means only one thing. It's a stacked front line for the Spin Doctors. Betco's there. Torres and Caritativo, the 3 most offensive players of the Spin Doctors. But they got to get a stop here. Oh, and they do. They get a chance ball. Paglaon and company can put it away, and they do. James Torres with a winning point. And the Golden Spikers lose their first set ever of the Invitational Conference. First of this match against the Spin Doctors.
Let's take a look at that winning set point. Only one blocker challenging the attacker.
Spin Doctors will take us to set number 2, winning by 2 against the Golden Spikers. Spin Doctors needed 2 set points to finish this one off, and it was as thrilling as we expected, Ivy.
That's right. Well, thrilling probably is an understatement with how well that first set went. So it started off with an exchange of points all the way up to when we reached the second technical timeout. And then from there, you know, both of these teams realized, of course, or had the sense of urgency to make sure that they get the points. So one team led us by as much as 3 points. That was the Spin Doctors. But a lot of excellent plays, excellent defense we've seen in the first set. As we take a look at the numbers, very slight margin only in terms of the attacks, the blocks, and even in the errors. But what matters here, especially for the Golden Spikers, they have good passes, but there were two sequences wherein they were not able to execute the play that they wanted, and that changed it for the Golden Spikers. It wasn't an error, technically, because they kept the ball alive, but it was a lost opportunity. And if the game is as tight as this one, you can't have those kinds of instances.
That's right. You can't allow the opponents to have good passes. You have to attack each and every opportunity.
Right.
G-Boy De Vega is in the starting lineup. Minor adjustment here for Coach Oji Mamon, as they will try to be as aggressive as possible to kick things off after seeing how solid the starting six was for Sydney Calderon and the Spin Doctors.
The Golden Spikers now, which was a challenge posed by Coach Oji Mamon in one of their timeouts in the first set, is they really have to be creative in terms of where they direct their attacks. The Spin Doctors are also a very good defensive team. They've been guarding the floor very well. So it's really a matter of where they bring the ball, just to make sure it makes it if it's not a kill, to make it a little bit more difficult for the receivers.
Joshua Avila in the starting lineup as well, replacing Dax Yambao for the Golden Spikers. Avila trying to keep it alive. Oh, great job on the second touch. That one, absolute misstep for Betko. The set was close to the net, and he was coming from the back row.
Miscommunication on the side of the Spin Doctors. First point goes to UST.
And as high as Betko jumps, that one...
That was pretty difficult. It was really too close to the net.
Out of reach, caritativo. There's a net touch called against Valera, it seems. So, 1-all here in set number 2.
And those kinds of errors are things that the Golden Spikers would need to avoid if you're having a game as tight as this.
How about that? A couple of errors. Those are the 2 points of the Golden Spikers. Errors coming from the Spin Doctors. Thunderous serve by Ibanez. So far, only 1 point for Ibanez. In the meantime, De Vega giving Caritativo a look after he got the block. That is now 4 points for G-Boy De Vega.
That was an excellent block. Tough block there for G-Boy De Vega.
Biggest lead for the Golden Spikers, up by 2, 3-1. Betko off. I don't know if that was the shoulder or the chest of Avila. Either way, Betko with 7.
A lot of power being released. It started with that serve of Josh Ibanez, and now this powerful hit by Betko. If you were watching here live, you'll think that there's thunder or lightning, but that was just the attack or the hits.
Avila the back set to Sally. Sally rejected Ibanez with coverage. Avila back to Sally. Sally pushing it. Betko pops it up. Yeah, an attack by Calado is blocked easily by the 6'4" Sally.
Good read by Sally.
Yeah.
But there would be a violation because he reached for the ball too early. So it was still on the side of the Spin Doctors, and he already had contact with the ball. Let's take a look at that. There you go.
Yeah.
It hasn't crossed the net yet.
Sometimes disadvantages of being too long.
And that can jump high.
Avila back to Sally.
Redemption.
Off the block and outside. Albuquerque Sally puts UST back on top by 1.
And that's what you want, with your setter. You committed the error previously, and right away he gives you the set.
Yeah. Valera, top scoring for Golden Spikers with 5. Now it is UST's turn to give up some points for all. Torres with 6. Great pass by Ibanez. Another miss set here for the Golden Spikers.
Ball still alive. That was good coverage for the Spin Doctors.
And there's a violation. Betko, I think, touched the net as he went across. So De Vega will score it.
Good effort though from Betko.
Bad pass by Caritativo. Here comes Calado. Bouncing it off the block. Sali sent it away. And Ibanez upset. He had a better shot at the ball than Sali. And he was saying, ako na. Akin na yun.
Little communication problems we're seeing here on the side of the Golden Spikers. We've seen several with their attack and now even with the reception.
On 2 for Joshua Avila. First point for Avila in the Invitational Conference. He didn't score against the Sea Lions. De Vega's back at the service area once again. He had 3 aces. Not this time, says Calado. Betko, that's a much better set for him.
De Vega not able to keep that alive.
Wow, Betko now with 8 points. I mean, Raymark Betko just picking up where he left off.
That's
Remember,
right.
he scored 21. Great pass by Alabar. Katinsag with a push, and it's not touched on the second pass for the Spin Doctors. So 4 points now for Katinsag. Short pass coming from Marmeto. Paglaon to Caritativo. Rolls it over. De Vega pops it up. Avila to Sali. That one outside.
Too strong for Sali.
At least a couple of errors already for the Golden Spikers. Meantime, Daniel Nicolas back on the service area. Avila to Ibanez. And the dig, not good enough for Nicolas. So it is Ibanez who sends us to the first technical timeout. UST up by 1 against SAVOUGE.
Back here at the PACA Arena, this is the 2025 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Now, fresh from his stint from Alas Pilipinas, Josh Ibanez returns to UST with renewed energy and a humble heart. It's exciting to be here, and it's so good to be back, sabi nga niya, adding how excited the team is to finally qualify this season after missing out in previous years. Now, transitioning from libero in the national team wasn't easy. Josh had to rebuild his timing and strength, going back to the weights and putting in countless reps to rediscover his rhythm. Still, what stands out is his unwavering spirit. We have nothing to lose, sabi niya. Facing stronger, more experienced teams only fuels their motivation to fight harder. Now, there's excitement, a bit of nerves, but no pressure. For Josh, it's all about enjoying the game and making a statement. UST may be a collegiate squad, but they're ready to prove that they can stand tall against the pros. Back to you, Ivy and Eric.
All right, thank you, Fiona. Ibanez against a triple block. Sent it straight to Paglaon, and Paglaon unable to dig it up. That is point number 4 for Ibanez.
And He's now getting ready to serve for the Golden Spikers.
Easy pickup for Marmeto. And Torres, that was a beautiful low pass. Paglaon.
It was a perfect setup,
Yeah.
and he's basically just feeding the ball to his attacker. Take a look at that.
Torres with 7, second leading scorer for the Spin Doctors. From the pipe, there is Ibanez coming alive here in set number 2. Already with 5 points.
Good play for the Golden Spikers. And this is what Coach Oji Mamon was referring to a while ago. He needs his middles to be able to make any of the blockers from the Spin Doctors commit.
As an ace for Trevor Valera. Valera now with 6. Make that 8 points now for Valera.
And he has been very efficient in the attack, as you've mentioned earlier. 6 out of 7 attempts, so that's 86%.
Wow. And we thought that the hitting or attacking rate of Echo was high. I mean, Valera's much better.
That's right. Well, you know, one good thing as well is that if your setters are really giving you the kind of sets that you want, that it makes it easier, of course, for your attackers.
Avila to De Vega. Single man block by Betko. Good job defensively. De Vega tries again against a double block. Rejected.
Good
What a pancake
cover
save
from
by
Ibanez.
Ibanez. Sali with an easy over. Chance ball for the white shirts. Here they come. Calado asking for it. Off the block. De Vega with the first touch. Avila goes back to G-Boy. And G-Boy finally on his 3rd touch in this rally puts it away.
And we have, I think player wasn't sure who hit the A board, but he was holding on to his feet.
Now I think it's the knee that they're holding. And this is after Charlie Magbayo's injury during the warm-ups. Well, we hope this is nothing serious.
I hope it's just an initial impact. And
Yep.
usually what you feel. Let's take a look at what happened once again. So this is that hit by De Vega.
All right, so it's Nicolas. Tries it. Oh, it's the ankle sprain. All right. So it's a twisted right ankle for Dan Nicolas. Hope it's...
But we do hope it's just, you know, a sprain that he can recover from easily.
Yep.
But then again, you know, if he's not able to continue on to play, that's 2-man down for the Spin Doctors.
The medics are attending to Dan Nicolas. They got to get that iced immediately. Prevent swelling. It's good to see him. They're helping him up. He's got to be carried out. Yep, he's got to be carried out. Can't stand on his own. In the meantime, Coach Calderon talking to the team, using this opportunity to try and get them back in this set, although they're not down by much, only a 2-point deficit.
That's right. But then again, you know, if you have 2 players that has been out or for injuries, so, I mean, that's also a lot, you know, for the entire team.
Now check that. That's Paglaon who sprained his ankle, not Nicolas. So it's their starting setter then who got injured. Nicolas is still on the floor.
Well,
that's tough. This is why Narciso is in the game.
That's right. And you have one of, you know, he has been orchestrating the plays very well here for the Spin Doctors.
Las Pilipinas reserve JM Paglaon. So that's a big loss if he doesn't come back in this game. Sali with the serve. UST up by 2. And Narciso passes. And the dump by Betko as he continues to torch UST. He's got 10 already.
Good variation in the attack.
Three aces in the first set. G-Boy de Vega back at it. Better passing this time by the Spin Doctors. Calado nails that one.
Right on the line. Excellent hit by Calado.
Calado with 5 points already. Well, Spin Doctors still playing catch-up. Good pass by G-Boy. Sally. And Narciso with the first touch. So Adao sets it up for Caritativo. Drop shot. Pancake save by Sally. Ibanez sends it to the net.
Straight to the net.
So 13 all after this error. Right now, UST giving up a lot of points here in set number 2. Paglaon still getting checked. As I give a quick peek at the bench of the Spin Doctors. Ibanez. Oh, and a dig from Adao. Shawi. De Vega with a dig. Avila to Ibanez again. Blocked!
No coverage for the Golden Spikers.
And just like that, sprinkle in a few errors. There's a monster block, and the Spin Doctors are on top by 1. And it's Narciso with a block as well.
He's the shorter of the two blockers, but that perfect timing enabled him to get that block kill.
Yambao is back in the game, replacing Avila from the pipe. There's a stepping on the attack line violation against De Vega. So it's another error, Ivy. I mean, just so many given up here by the Golden Spikers. The timeout called by Coach Oji Mamon. There is the foot fault against G-Boy De Vega.
Forte nila yan dito eh. Sinabi ko nga sa'yo yung dito. Tapos nagpa-line ka. Kaso pabaon. Hindi nasalo ka ng center. Haba tayo, haba tayo.
Dalo yung bola doon.
Hey, smart tayo kasi magaling yung depensa nila.
Dali! Dapat nag-double sub na lang ako. Wala kang tulong dyan eh.
Well, 6 of the 15 points of the Spin Doctors are from errors of UST.
Well, they've had errors in the service line. They have the errors in their attacks, even the net violation error.
And a foot fault.
That's right.
Overpass. And Narciso. Here, go to the pipe. Calado sends it outside. So that's an attack fault this time for the Spin Doctors. Challenge? Block touch.
Well, the Spin Doctors were pretty quick to call on this one. The players on the floor, just right after the ball was hit by Calado went out, they all looked at the bench calling for that challenge.
Spin Doctors looking to win their second in a row after losing a tight 4-set match against the Insurance Protectors. They got a win against FEU. There's no touch there. So it's a 1-point game. And you can read the mouth of Coach Calderon. Okay lang, okay lang. They're still up by 1 here.
Momentum is on the side of the Spin Doctors right now, and they're actually doing a pretty good job controlling the errors, just right before that attack error of Calado.
Good save here by Ibanez on the Caritativo hit. Ibanez. And Betko pops it up. Caritativo, drop shot, picked up by Sally. Oh, it's Yambao. The cut shot. Oh.
And he gets the point.
Ibanez played setter and Yambao with the attack.
Well, that was intentional or not. A point is still a point here for the Golden Spikers.
And a great shot by Yambao as well.
That's right.
Challenge the block. Went a very tight cut shot to tie the game at 15 for the lead. Betko got it. And that will take us to our second technical timeout. Spin Doctors up by 1 point against the Golden Spikers, set number 2.
So far po, okay naman po yung gelling ng team namin. May mga nadagdag lang. So, abangan nyo na lang po sa mga susunod na liga. Makikita nyo po sila. And mas wino-workout pa po namin yung enjoyment namin sa loob ng court. Kasi known as SAVOUGE, talagang ano sila eh, happy lang talaga. Good vibes, kumbaga.
Calado, so far with 5 points, I believe, for Calado. Torres with 8. Top scorer is Betco with 11. It's a 1-point lead here for the Spin Doctors. They won the first set, an extended first set, 26-24. Meantime, Sherwin Umandal checking in. Second game for Umandal in the Invitational Conference. Second referee, Jocelyn Del Rosario, checking something at the scorer's table. If the positions are correct, she is looking at the UST side. And yep, everything is good to go. Yambao to Ibanez, splitting the double block and scoring.
What a hit by Josh Ibanez. Perfectly clean hit.
6 for Ibanez. And it's a tied game. Taxiambao playing in his 4th year for UST. Out of San Juan, Batangas. Good pass by Caritativo. From the pipe again, Calado.
He has been very effective at the back row.
That is 6 points now for Mark Calado, the former Tamarao. And Narciso stepping in very well for the injured Paglaon. Ibanez against the triple block, nowhere to go.
Spin Doctors have been reading Ibanez very well.
And it is back to a 2-point cushion, the biggest for the Spin Doctors. Early in the second set, UST also led by 2. Combination play. Sally, great save by Betco. But a chance ball here for UST. And there is Ibanez knocking it in.
With down-the-line hit by Josh Ibanez. And we've heard Coach Oji Mamon earlier mention to Josh, na wag niyang idiin. He's looking for long hits such as this one, and that gets the point for the Golden Spikers. Perfect pass.
And Narciso, there's a put away by Torres.
And Torres has been very consistent here for the Spin Doctors.
Yeah. Second player in double digits, Gilles Torres with 10, Betco with 11, we mentioned. So already very prolific this offense by the Spin Doctors, even without J.M. Paglaon. That service wide for Caritativo.
Third service error here for the Spin Doctors in the second set.
Trevor Valera, 8 points. Barbeto with the pass, and Narciso to Betco. And that will not come back.
That was a lucky break for Betco. It hit the top or the tape of the net, bounced off. The Golden Spikers chased after it.
Yeah.
Probably they thought it was outside, but no attempt was made.
And Betco, we mentioned earlier, 82% efficiency in offense. Now he keeps getting better and better each and every. It's 86% now.
86%. That's 11 successful hits out of 13 attempts. Imagine that.
Meantime, Toto De Pedro is back in the game. Second appearance so far. Daxiambao goes to the pipe. And that one is outside for Ibanez as UST down by their biggest deficit of the entire match. 3 points. Timeout again. The last one for Coach Oji Mamon.
According to the medics, JM Paglaon already twisted his right ankle before hitting the barrier. Now, as of now, they're currently having him rest and are icing his ankle to further assess. Currently, hindi raw muna siya pababalikin hanggat hindi pa na-assess ang kanyang injury. Back to you, Ivy and Eric.
All right, that's obviously sad news. After losing Magpayo to an injury, before even the match began, and he got sent to the hospital. Now Paglaon, at least you see him okay. I mean, it's a sprained ankle, although the problem is it got sprained previously.
That's right.
And so obviously it's not fully healed, and then you sprain it again. You can see he's having trouble just even gingerly standing on it, putting weight on the was that left ankle, right?
I think it was the right ankle.
Right ankle,
Yeah,
all right.
It seemed like the right ankle.
So, just speedy recovery for Paglaon. In the meantime, it's been a block party. And this time, the rejection against Umantal after they blocked Ibanez. And this time, Sherwin Umantal turned away. Biggest lead at 4 for the Spin Doctors.
Excellent defense at the net here for the Spin Doctors. 5 block points against only 2 of UST since the first set.
Oh, the dig going over. Chance ball here for UST. De Vega blocked again.
But there was a violation in the net for the Spin Doctors.
And net touch, I think it's on Betko or Nicolas, either way. It's a point for UST. Let's take a look here on who it's on. Yep, it's on Dan Nicolas. And still a 3-point cushion. That's a luxury with the way these teams are going at it. Umandal will serve it well. Nicolas with a hit. Ibanez pops it up. Good. Dig. De Vega. And that one got away from Caritativo. 2 in a row scored by the Golden Spikers. And now a timeout for SAVOUGE.
Dito ko na lang kumuha dyan. Si Mark steady natin dito, bit ko dulo lang. Ha? Dito ko kukuha.
Yung frontline set, tumba ka. Biyak.
Dadali mo dito, sigiwan mo.
Galaw tayo middle, ha? Guys, tayo importante dito. Side out play na lang tayo.
So obviously concerned about this 2-point run by the Golden Spikers, Ivy, and they don't want to waste any more of this 2-point lead.
That's right. Well, we've seen again, since the start of the first set, it has been very close.
Yeah.
The Golden Spikers had a taste of the lead, same with the Spin Doctors, but you can see one team catching up with the other. So you can never be too complacent, but with the help of that service error, it gives the Spin Doctors a 3-point advantage here in the second set.
Six service errors throughout the match for UST. Betko serving. Yambao to De Vega. Drop shot in. De Vega hitting the net.
The set was a bit too close.
Oh, but the first net touch was Narciso. So a huge break for the Golden Spikers because De Vega also hit the net.
Would this be challenged by the Spin Doctors?
They will. Oh, they call a footfall challenge on De Vega.
So it's now going to be a question of which happened first. Was it the foot fault or the net violation error? So far, the Spin Doctors have been very solid, with their defense. Their attack has also been on point so far. And I think they've studied the defense patterns of the Golden Spikers very well. But what's really helping here for the Spin Doctors is the fact that they have been passing almost perfectly. So not making it very difficult for their setters.
So both teams giving up some free points. 6 for the Spin Doctors here in set 2. 8 for the Golden Spikers.
Okay.
Well, the point was given to... We'll check that. Was the point given up already?
It's not yet reflected on the score, but it was initially awarded, or the referee's initial call was point to UST. And that's when, of course, the Spin Doctors called in for the challenge.
All right, because right now the score here at the venue is 23-20. So if the foot fault is unsuccessful, it's going to be 23-21?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. So I think it's taking a while because everything happened so fast. So they have to figure out if which occurred first, the net violation error or the foot fault.
That's right. The Spin Doctors lost their first game. This is game number 3 for them of the Invitational Conference. Meantime, for the Golden Spikers, this is just their second game. There was a net touch called against Narciso, but they're calling a foot fault against De Vega. So just in case you're wondering what is going on, if you're watching wherever you are on One Sports Plus or Pilipinas Live, Coach Calderon and the Spin Doctors finished 3rd in last year's Invitational, so they want to make it to the finals this year.
Well, we know that the Spin Doctors have always been tough contenders here in the Spikers turf. It's just sometimes, they just fall short, but they are one of those teams that you would really have to look out for.
All right. There's no center line fault because that shot will not show you the center line fault. It was a... All right, so team captains now being called by second referee Jocelyn Del Rosario. They'll speak with our first referee as well. A mini conference here with Bobby Celso. As it seems by the reaction of, you don't see it by Caritativo, I think the point is going to the Spin Doctors.
So will this be counter-challenged by UST or will they let the call hold?
I think they're letting it go because the scorer's table, wait a minute, hang on. I think what Jocelyn De Rosario is saying is it was De Vega who sent the net to Narciso. So they didn't see the net fault, but the net touch is going to be given to De Vega. So it is 4 set points for the Spin Doctors. 24-20, that is the official score now, with Betco serving for the set. De Vega. And another net touch here. Back-to-back net touches for G-Boy De Vega, and that'll do it. A 5-point win this time for the Spin Doctors, Ivy.
That's right. This is a more convincing win for the Spin Doctors. And it has been errors on the side of the Golden Spikers.
We'll get to that exact number when we return after the break. But for now, it is the Spin Doctors leading 2-0 against the Golden Spikers.
I think the main goal of the team, at kahit na main goal ko talaga, is matuto lang dito because we will be playing against sa mga seniors namin and of course sa mga pros club teams na mas matanda and mas mahaba yung pinagsamaan sa amin. So I think ayun lang pinaka-main goal ko talaga, pinaka-main goal ng team na to is matuto, mag-learn and of course execute the system and doon namin makikita kung gaano nun ka-master yung system.
Kumbaga, syempre yun nga yung pinangahawakan namin, yung trademark namin is yung the system, yung happiness, yung enjoyment while focusing the game. Kumbaga, yun yung pinaka-trademark namin and syempre yung mga bagong pasabog na set play namin.
Josh Ibanez and the Golden Spikers down 2-0 against the Spin Doctors. Quite surprising considering that the Spin Doctors, they've never won in straight sets so far. And then, meanwhile, UST, they've never dropped a set prior to this game.
That's right. So, I mean, both teams are playing well, but what's really making it challenging for the Golden Spikers are the errors that they are committing. You know, we've seen in the last stretch of the second set, it was the errors that actually hurt the Golden Spikers. They could have had opportunity to turn things around, and we've seen them do that, you know, no matter how tight the game was. But, you know, giving away the free points does not only give a point to your opponent, but the momentum shifts as well. And as we take a look at the numbers, both teams in equal footing when it comes to the attack. The Spin Doctors had a slight advantage when it comes to defending the net, and that actually shifted the momentum on the side of the Spin Doctors. But the game changer for set number 2 is the number of errors that UST has committed. You know, in set number 1, they only gave away 5 points, and they doubled that in set number 2. So again, it's really about the momentum that you're giving to your opponent. So this is something that they have to correct coming into the third set.
We're here inside the Paco Arena for the second game day in a row. I think we're going to be back here again this weekend. We have a Sunday game, and then next week, Wednesday, Friday, are the game days. 1-1 in the standings is the Spin Doctors. They lost their first, a 4-setter against the Insurance Protectors, and then won in their second game against the Tamaraos, FEU DN Steel Tamaraos. UST, meanwhile, they're looking for their second straight win. They got a 3-setter against the Sea Lions. As you look at the crowd on a Halloween Friday, final day of October. Happy Halloween, everybody. We have some of the staff here with the makeup and all that stuff. Of course, our commissioner, Mosey Ravena, right there wearing the black on the right of your screens. Gave us some treats.
That's right.
We didn't even trick or treat. She just gave us the treats. All right, so setter change, both teams. As Narcisa will start with the injured Paglaon, who got injured in the second set. Meanwhile, it is Daxian Bao back in the starting lineup for UST after it was Joshua Avila who started in set number 2. Got to win this third set for the Golden Spikers. Oh, what a way to kick things off. The smallest player on the court for the Spin Doctors with a monster block against G-Boy De Vega.
And here you can see it's all about timing here for Narciso. Perfect read, and he was only actually just one blocker challenging G-Boy De Vega at that time.
G-Boy this time slips away from the block and scores his 8th point today.
Good change or adjustment on the side of G-Boy De Vega in that last attack.
After having 3 aces in the first set, G-Boy De Vega has not picked up any until now, and that one even going long.
That would be the 7th service error for UST since the first set.
JC Narciso out of the University of Perpetual Help. Yambao to Sally. Calado with a dig. Betko got it again. Raymark Betko with 13 points. How do you block somebody going up that high, Ivy?
It was a broken play, but Betko still managed to make something out of it. Take a look at that.
I mean, the top of the net is chest high for Raymark Betko.
Well, that could have gone outside, I think.
Oh, Oh, another block. 2 blocks already in this set alone. Ibanez, only 7 points. And I say that because he's coming off a 16-point performance. We talked about it in the Open.
That's right. You know, like I mentioned, the Spin Doctors have been reading Josh Ibanez very well here in this match. I think that's probably the 3rd or 4th time that he was denied at the net.
They wanted him to get it again. What a dig for Narciso. Caritativo overpasses, and that one put away by Ibanez. Ibanez now with 8.
And Yambao giving his attackers opportunity to, you know, redeem themselves or makabawi, you know, either with an error or when they are blocked.
Biggest lead was 3 points for the Spin Doctors. And Narciso one-handed set. That one easily put away.
What a play from the Spin Doctors. One-hand set.
Torres with his 11th point.
You know, the connection that the setters and the middle blockers of the Spin Doctors have. Take a look at this play. You wouldn't have thought that, you know, a quick play would still be able, or would still be possible from that sequence.
And he didn't even jump for it. Yambao underhand pass. Very difficult cut shot because that was already behind the first referee. A very early timeout here for the Golden Spikers. They are down by their biggest deficit of the match at 4 points.
Tayo na gumagawa ng puntos nila eh. Lalo ang problema sa akin kung na-block ka, na-depensahan ka, nag-counter sila. Pero kung kayo gagawa ng puntos nila, get off the court. Sally, ang ganda lang set, bakit ito-drop ball mo sa libero? Ayaw mo na? Hey!
Hey, let's go! Let's go!
Well, stern words from Coach Oji Mamon. Here's the pass. And he was, take a look at where Ibanez was, right behind Bobby Celso already.
If he didn't go for that angle, the ball would have gone straight to our first referee, probably.
Caritativo serving at 6'2". Here's Sally. There you go, much better hit, I'm sure, deep down inside. That is what Coach Mamon is thinking.
That's right. You know, Coach Oji Mamon would want to see more aggressiveness, you know, with his attackers. What he would want is really for them to challenge the defense of the Spin Doctors.
4 points for the 20-year-old, Albukhari Sali. Overpass. Katinsag with the touch. Yambao puts it away. 2nd point for Yambao today.
And he's saying that he does not only orchestrate the plays, but he can be part of one.
Well, 2 in a row. Scored by the Golden Spikers. And they are within 2. Not for long. Back to a 3-point deficit off that service fault by Sali.
And challenges for UST at the service line with 8 service errors since set number 1.
And this was what Coach Mamon was talking about during the timeout. We're giving them the points.
Right, right.
Ooh, but Torres, that was... You don't see that very often. He hit it from underneath.
I think he lost his footing when once he had released the ball in the air.
Take a look at the setting situation for Narciso and Yambao.
And Narciso already has 10 excellent sets, and he didn't even start the game, you know. And Yambao with 9 excellent sets. Both setters have 3 points each.
Another service fault for the Golden Spikers. First technical timeout, set 3.
Welcome back to the 2025 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Now, from a small town in Agusan del Norte, Raymark Betco was only a young third grader when he first picked up a volleyball. Now, back then, he never imagined that would lead him here, living the dream he only watched from afar. Now, in grade 11, he left Mindanao for Manila, studying in Cavite and later continuing his journey at CSB. And it wasn't easy being far from family, but Raymark kept pushing, fueled by passion and hard work. Today, he plays not just for wins, but for the kid who started it all. Now, his message to that grade 3 version of himself, malayo ka na, sipag lang, pinaghirapan mo to, ang daming naibigay sa'yo ng volleyball. Ito ang mahal ko at wala na akong sasayangin pa. Now, for Raymark Betco, volleyball isn't just a sport, it's his life, his home, and his dream come true. Back to you, Eric and Ivy.
All right, thank you, Fiona. Now he's 21, but it looks like, you know, potential is through the roof. For sure, for Raymark Betco.
I agree, and if he's playing with his passion, then I think all the more that it will bring out the best in him.
Already with 13 points, Betco, Katinsag is serving. He has 4 points. Good pass by Caritativo. Nicolas with a soft touch. That's popped up by Yambao. Here comes G-Boy. Blocked up top by Nicolas. G-Boy again. And this will not come back. Nice hit, G-Boy de Vega now with... This is 9 points already. All right, make that 10.
Back-to-back points for the Golden Spikers.
From down 4, they are now within 1. Only 1 timeout remaining for UST. Another service fault. This is at least 3 here in set number 3 alone.
It's 4. Fourth here for the third set, so a total of 10 service errors for the Golden Spikers. That has been their best weapon against Navy, but this is now the challenge they're having here for the Spin Doctors.
There's Valera with his 8th point. This was within reach by Adao and just wasn't able to pop it up. Another chance to tie, and there it is. Little help from the net for Daxiambao, and the game is tied. 9-all. Timeout, Coach Calderon.
Nahabol tayo ng 3. Habaan natin pasensya ulit. Huwag tayo magmamadali. Guys, always remember, sa gusto natin makabawi kaagad na mauuna sila. Kaya dapat tayo, patience lang tayo. Ha? Pag may sabit ulit sa net, 1 step forward, Mark. Wag yung ano, ha? So, tara.
Well, just when it looked, Ivy, as if the Spin Doctors are going to run away with it, all of a sudden, the Golden Spikers coming alive over the last few minutes.
That's right. That was a good response for the Golden Tigers, and it is a very much needed turnaround for them. Because, you know, the Spin Doctors have been pretty consistent with the pacing. You don't see that they're pressured with the situation, regardless of the fact that they're trailing behind.
There's a block by Sally, and it's not just a run, it's a lead change now as USD is on top by 1, 10-9.
This is a good run for the Golden Spikers. So the question now would be is for how long they can keep this run and keep the momentum on their side. Excellent pickup.
Yambao passes. They go to G-Boy again and gets it through the double block. G-Boy de Vega with 11. He is the first Golden Spiker in double digits.
This is a good chase by Dax Yambao. Still almost a perfect set for G-Boy de Vega, despite the fact it's coming all the way from the other side of the court.
Biggest lead now for the Golden Spikers, up by 2, 11-9. Short pass by Calado. Here comes Caritativo. Bounces it off the block and finally gets a side out for the Spin Doctors.
UST still in the lead here. They're up by 1 point. Stands serving 11.
Caritativo so far with a conference low 4 points. Nicolas serving to tie it. Yambao passes. Here comes G-Boy. Blocked up top by Torres. G-Boy tries again. Nicolas pops it up. Chased by Betco. This one too close to the net. Goes over. Chance ball for UST. Macam rejected by Torres. Kept alive by Alabar. Gonna be an easy over by Yambao. Nice block against Torres. Caritativo against a double. Alabar keeping it alive. Torres pops it up and Narciso to Caritativo. Yes! Shawi Caritativo. That was so close to the net against 3 blockers, but he still scores.
But Torres is looking at the bench and is asking for a replacement.
All right, so as you admire this beautiful exchange, nice shot by Shawi Caritativo. Only his 4th, or make that 5th point today. Norwell Sanama checking in for the first time.
But Caritativo may not be producing as much as he used to, but the points he creates, those are the much needed ones.
G-Boy got it. There's a net touch as well from Norwell Sanama. A 1-point lead for the Golden Spikers, 12-11. And De Vega with 11. Low toss, and that was outside. So 12 all.
5th error from the service line for the Golden Spikers here in the 3rd.
Now JC and Narciso serving for the lead. They go to Sali. Sali will score.
Good hit from Sali. Powerful and strong cross court.
6 for Sali. 3 coming here in the 3rd set. Bad pass. So Calado from the back row, doesn't matter.
Exactly. That was already it was a very high set. Take a look at that.
So Calado with 8. And it seems like Gil Torres is A-okay. He's back on the court, replacing Sanama. So very limited minutes for Sanama, who scored 13 against the Insurance Protectors, but was not in the lineup in their last game. Sali again. This time it's outside. So the lead not only gone, but it is the Spin Doctors back up by 1.
And I'm sure that Coach Oji Mamon will not be happy with that last attack error. You know, he has been calling out Sali for several timeouts already.
Well, both teams with 1 timeout remaining. Katinsag, Adaw pops it up. Calado backs up for it and scores again. 2-point lead for the Spin Doctors.
Calado has been doing a very good job, you know, with those broken plays. He still manages to convert those into a point, this time off the hands of the blockers of the Golden Spikers.
9 points for Calado. Also, for him, that is a conference low. It's coming off a 20 and then a 15-point performance.
But, you know, for the Spin Doctors here in this game, the ball is well distributed, and almost everybody on the floor is really getting their touches and their hits.
Nice combination play. And Narciso trying to keep it alive. Not necessary. There's a net touch against the Spin Doctors.
This is one good hit as well. Look at that sharp angle.
1-point game. Sherwin Umandal back in the game for the Golden Spikers. And that one sent outside by Torres. So the lead of the Spin Doctors is gone. We're tied at 15 here. Both teams leaving a lot of points on the floor.
When UST has given more points away here in the set, 7 errors.
Calado against a single block. Macam sets it up. And that one outside for G-Boy De Vega. Second technical timeout. Spin Doctors up by 1, 16-15 against the Golden Spikers.
guys, I'm Joshua Ibanez and... Hi guys, I'm inviting you to watch... Uy! Hi guys, my name is... Look! Ala, nagulat ako. Ala, natuloy ko ba?
Hi.
Back inside the Paco Arena in Manila. Final game day of October. And it's the second game of your triple header. A service fault by Torres makes it a tight game again. Spin Doctors led by as many as 4 early, but then the Golden Spikers led by 2 midway through this third set. Will it be the last set? That's a big question. UST needs to win this because they're down 2-0. Makam outside. Wow. Plenty of service pressure forcing these players into errors.
That's 6 already here on the third for UST.
Betko, nice serve. Alabar with the pass. G-Boy de Vega, a thunderous hit. There's a challenge. Net fault challenge by Coach Sidney Calderon. But Coach Del Rosario, make that second referee Del Rosario saying, no, you can't challenge because the ball touched the floor already. So challenge denied. $17 all. Katinsag with a serve, and it is outside again. Oh, wow. Impressive for Shawi Caritativo. Actually telling the lines judge it was in. So I don't think, but UST is still going to challenge because the official call is outside, but Caritativo was signaling it was in. You don't see that very often.
That's right. Again, this is a very tight match and an important point for the for UST here for the Golden Spikers. So here is the replay. And it is in.
Coach Oji Mamon.
That's right. Scores in favor now of UST. They're up by 1.
Calado, got it. And Calado de Vega having a little tiff here. I mean, they're exchanging words and sharp looks. I don't know what they're arguing about, but it's a fun, interesting matchup between these two top scorers.
And again, these are things that you can see if you watch live.
Yeah. Well, USD goes back up by 1 because of a service fault. Daxiambao serving, got a full front line of Umandal, Valera, and De Vega. And Narciso. They go to Betko, and there's a net touch this time by USD. They're so worried about Betko, and they're pressing into the net.
That's right. So he is a threat by himself. He hasn't really touched the ball just yet, and the infraction was already created on the side of UST.
So 19 all. Nicolas serving for the lead. De Vega. Oh, it's a De Vega-Calado matchup right here late in set number 3.
That was, you can say, definitely targeted against Calado. De Vega now at the service line. He has not been successful with his previous attempts on the serve.
Serve to Calado. Then Narciso. Here's Betko. Yeah, will not come back. That falls right behind the scorer's table. Betko again.
What do you do about that? You know, UST hasn't found a solution yet.
Yeah.
With this young man right here, Betko, a powerful hit. And you wouldn't imagine where it comes from because he has a very small frame.
20 all. Umandal drop shot, pancake save is good for Alabar, but a chance ball here for UST. Adao, a dig goes over. Yambao goes back to Umandal, another dig, but this one is over and out. 1 point lead for UST.
And that was probably one of the best sequences that we've had here in this game.
Umandal scoring his first point today. Yambao, back to Umandal. Back-to-back points for Sherwin Umandal, matching his last game's output, and it's UST restoring their biggest lead, up by 2. Timeout, the last one for SAVOUGE.
Hanggat hindi dumating sa 25, kaya natin habulin. Mabilis yung pacing nila. Tayo, dahan-dahanin natin, kontrolin natin yung laro natin. Ha? Dalawa lang yan, guys. One side out, kuwatay blocking. Tara.
The reverse set by Yambao and Sherwin Umandal off the bench with a couple of points here in set number 3, Ivy, and it's I guess you can call it a healthy lead for UST, up by 2 late in set number 3.
That's right, I agree. And UST is actually performing better in this last stretch of the third set. And you would think that the pressure is on them because if the spin doctors get this, and then it's over for them.
And Narciso, Betko, blocked by Katinsag. There's Torres with a push. Good defense by UST. Umandal again going cross. Best scoring game for Sherwin Umandal. He's got 3, and that is the lead of UST.
Yambao giving Umandal all the confidence that he needs. That's off the block, no coverage for the spin doctors.
2 points away from winning their first set in today's game. UST from the pipe. Calado kept alive. And a nice block.
But there's a violation on the side of UST.
Either a foot fault or
It's
a
a
net
foot
touch.
fault.
All
It
right.
is a foot fault.
Makam with a foot fault. Side out for the spin doctors. They're still in it. All right, there it is. Completely over the center line. That left foot of John Makam. Makam blocked. Coverage by Alabar. Reverse set. Umandal through the double block. Sherwin Umandal with 4 points, all scored in set number 3. And it is 3 set points for the Golden Spikers.
And Sherwin Umandal has scored those points just when the Golden Tigers really need it the most. Again, the crucial moment here for UST.
Service outside though, so 1 set point given up. There are a couple more for UST.
And he must feel frustrated. After scoring 4 straight points for the Golden Tigers, he gives away 1 for the spin doctors. But still UST here, a 2-point advantage.
Now Coach Calderon checking who's going to serve, and they say it's number 4, Gilles Torres. Still 2 set points to erase. By the way, these are the first set points of UST in the entire match. They didn't get a set point in the first set, and they lost by 5 in set number 2. So it wasn't even close. Yambao, Makam, the winning point is there. It is not over yet, says the Golden Spikers. They stay alive here in set number 3 and fight for another set.
Good performance here by the Golden Tigers, and this is the set's winning point.
Makam knocking it in. That is the 6th point, I believe, for John Makam. 6 points, and third set going to UST. Set 4 coming up. SAVOUGE leading 2 sets to 1.
And UST secures a win here in this match. They're able to get a win over at the Spin Doctors in set number 3. It was an exciting third set when UST trailed for some part of it, but it was a good recovery for the Golden Spikers. And the Spin Doctors have been playing very steadily as well, but it was towards the last stretch where the Golden Spikers scored 4 consecutive points, and these are very crucial points. And of course, Sherwin Umandal, one on your screens, has been responsible for that comeback for UST. As we take a look at the numbers, 17 big attack points for the Golden Spikers. The Spin Doctors only able to convert 8 points from all of these attempts in the third set. And while UST still giving away more free points, 12
errors in the third set. And out of that 12, we have 7 coming from the service line. But despite that, UST still able to secure a win in the third, extending this match against the Spin Doctors into a fourth set. So can UST repeat the same performance? Are they able to carry the momentum towards the fourth set? So this is what we're going to find out as we get ready to start set number 4. This is the Spin Doctors going up against the UST Golden Spikers. A very good performance by the Golden Spikers. And you know, this is what's important for this young team is the last part of the set. It's always towards the last part, the last stretch. You know, that's always a test of character.
Back here inside the Paco Arena, where UST just won their first set, their second game in the Invitational Conference. So off to a set 4 we go. Spin Doctors still with a golden opportunity to put it away here. Up 2-1. De Vega with a drop. Nice block by Torres.
Good read there by Torres. And Narciso also doing a very good job orchestrating the plays here for the Spin Doctors.
And a hit by Valera off a running attack, ties the game at 1-1 without JM Paglaon, who twisted his ankle in set number 2. We are right. And Narciso passing very well. In the meantime, take a look at the hit by Valera.
That's a 9-point there now for Valera after that last hit.
And Narciso finds Betko. And again, he has not been able to, well, at least UST's not been able to really stop or slow down Betko.
That's right. Look at the swing, the leap. It's definitely over the block. And, you know, if you're watching live, you can really see how strong, you know, his attacks are.
Meantime, back-to-back points here for Trevor Valera.
10 points for Trevor Valera.
Sherwin Umandal is in the starting lineup here. Set number 4 for Oji Mamun. Pancake save. And this one over. So a chance ball for UST. Dax Yambao goes to the pipe. And
that was a bit too low.
Attack fault.
Yeah. But that was too low for G-Boy De Vega.
Torres already in double digits, but he also gives up a free point. Meanwhile, Sherwin Umandal, what a third set he had, scored 4 points, helping UST out to that 25-22 win, but third straight service fault. And another fault. So back-to-back faults for Umandal.
That gives the Spin Doctors a 2-point advantage.
Very easily, too. I mean, they didn't have to work for that. Betko. So, man, the serve is good as well. Makam finds the corner. No, it is outside. Oh, wait a minute. It was called in, an overruled by Bobby Celso. It landed in.
Oh, you probably had a very good view being on top of the podium.
And you have to understand these lines judges, they're standing right on the corner. So you're trying to avoid getting hit while looking at where the ball is landing. So
service now for the Golden Tigers, or the Golden Spikers rather. We have Makam at the service line.
oh, that's going to be an overreach. No. And Narciso is called for the overreach. That's a little surprising. Obviously, a challenge here very quickly for the Spin Doctors. A reaching beyond challenge against Katinsag. Because it looked like Narciso was trying to set it. And typically, the setters are given the benefit by the first referee.
This is a replay. Let's take a look.
Yeah, but it is a reaching beyond by Narciso.
The ball was already on the other side of the net by the time he had contact with it. So point goes to UST.
Only one challenge remaining for the Spin Doctors. 5-all. Now serving for the lead. Lead back with the Spin Doctors. Dan Nicolas putting that one away.
Good play for the Spin Doctors.
Umandal bouncing it off the block. Coverage in the back zone by Calado. And that's Betko again. It's got to be at about 90% now, Ivy, right?
And with that hit, he was from the back row, but it seemed like he was hitting from the front.
Well, our last check, he was at 86%. That's why I said he could be hovering near 90 now. Calado serving to De Vega. We told you that matchup has been brewing since set number 3. Ooh, miscommunication there, and easy over. Yambao trying to put it away. Good defense by Adao. Here's Caritativo. Blocked. Adao with coverage again. And Narciso goes to Betko. And Ray Mark Betko this time. A rare miss.
Good coverage on the side of the Spin Doctors. Adao doing a very good job manning the floor.
All right, so I stand corrected. His percentage actually went down to 67. But a service fault here by Katinsag, and it's a 2-point cushion for the Spin Doctors going into the first technical timeout.
You are still tuned in to the 2025 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Now, from the sidelines as a second stringer last year to being under the spotlight now as a starter for the Black and Gold, Sally's journey is all about growth, grit, and believing in himself. Representing his school is a big honor, sabi nga niya. Dito raw kasi niya nakuha ang pagiging matapang niya sa loob ng court na sana madala nila hanggang semifinals because for them, that's the immediate goal. Now, for Sally, being in the first 6 means more responsibility. Kailangan kong maglaro ng maayos every game, sabi niya. Mas exposed na ako ngayon, kaya pinangahawakan ko kung bakit ako nandito. Dahil pinagtrabahuan ko to. Now, when doubts start to creep and Sally reminds himself na kaya mo to, andito ka na. Balik sa inyo, Ivy and Aaron.
All right, thank you, Fiona. 6 points for Albuquerque Sally after coming off a 10-point performance. And Sherwin Umandal getting a block touch. 1-point game. Narciso to Torres. Nice block by Trevor Valera. Caritativo against the triple block, sends it outside and gives the blockers a stern look.
And this is that hit off the block, off the hands of the blockers. And there's that.
It's as if saying, how dare you?
Not today.
9-7. 2-point lead again for the Spin Doctors. Yambao. And G-Boy gets it off the block of Betko. Another tight contest, similar to what we saw in the first set. Caritativo off the block, and
no whistle from the referee, but it will be challenged by the Spin Doctors.
Caritativo was beside himself, saying there was a floor touch he wanted to challenge right away. And Alabar is actually telling Bobby Celso, yeah, it hit the floor already, so don't need to challenge. Honesty by both teams. It was Caritativo earlier who said the serve was in when the call was outside, and then Edriel Alabar saying the save was not valid. The ball hit the floor already. 2-point lead, but not for long. Service fault this time by Shawi Caritativo. So another chance to tie it for Trevor Valera. 9 serving 10. Calado has a loose double block.
Calado hitting long and getting the point for the Spin Doctors.
Both teams just siding out. Nobody getting a break point. Here's an opportunity to get one. Calado. Ooh, but a nice block, but a good save by Calado and company. Torres with coverage. Umandal pushes it. Nicolas. Now, chance to side out. Good save by Caritativo. Nicolas had second thoughts about taking it on the second touch. And that gave UST the side out.
What an excellent save from Caritativo in that sequence.
That was the middle of the rally.
That was a save. This was the hesitation.
Yeah. All right, timeout for SAVOUGE. We'll listen in.
Back to basic tayo ulit. Walang magmamadali. Inano ko lang para mag-relax kayo. Ayoko na kasi kanina medyo ang haba ng rally natin. Guys, pero maganda yung nilaro nyo sa loob. Huwag yung sirain. Yes, sorry. Ulang na. 1, 2, 3. Sabot. Saan yung sabot?
So that timeout was just meant, to give the Spin Doctors a little breather. It was indeed a very long and intense rally. But, and also with the hopes of breaking the momentum that's being created here by the Golden Spikers.
Here's Betko and
what
UST,
do you know? He was denied.
UST now starting to figure out Raymark Betko. And the game is tied at 11. Now serving for the lead. UST, good pass by Calado. Betco tries again. And you don't get him 2 in a row.
This point again, still, it's off the hands of the blockers. There's no coverage on the side of the Golden Spikers.
Nice serve again by Betco. Makam finds the corner.
Over the block. Perfect attack there for Makam.
Well, pace has slowed down tremendously between these two teams compared to the first 2 sets. Still no break points for either team. It's been one side out after another. Betco. There's another side out. Back-to-back points for Raymark Betco.
I wish we could get that in slow motion. It's actually one of the cleaner attacks. Even his takeoff, his approach was really perfect.
Calado serving. Umandal.
Picked up by Betco, but that was too strong.
So still a side out. This time for UST. Ooh. At this point, SAVOUGE didn't even have to work for it. Service fault by Katinsag.
Third service fault for UST in the 4th set. No, we keep on counting the infraction at the service line because that is what's really hurting the Golden Tigers. Or Golden Spikers, rather.
Yambao. Beautiful reverse set, but Umandal sends it away. So back-to-back errors by the Golden Spikers gave the Spin Doctors their biggest lead. Ooh, nice hit by Valera off the head of Calado. So a side out this time for the Golden Spikers. It's a 1-point game again.
Only one blocker challenging Trevor at that time.
All part of the game. And Alciso sets it up. Betco punches it through the double block. Second technical timeout, set number 4, and it is SAVOUGE up by 2 against UST. Friday evening crowd here in Manila. Happy Halloween again, everybody. Everyone's on vacation mode already. It's a long weekend.
That's right.
Thanks for catching up on some men's volleyball here at the Spikers Turf. It's the Invitational Conference. We just started last Monday, so you're just in time to catch the 3rd game day. Right now it's set number 4. The black shirts, that's UST, down 2-1 against the Spin Doctors, and Calado is fired up. This is their biggest lead of set number 4, up by 3.
That's another beautiful hit by Mark Calado. Look, take a look at that. And again, the power that he packs into his hits. And I think it intensified with that silent banter against G-Boy De Vega.
And you can tell Coach Mamon is not happy with his Golden Spikers as they use this challenge to try and stop the momentum of the Spin Doctors and also sneak in a few words to his players.
Well, it didn't seem like there was a foot fault, but you know,
This is
then
more
again,
like a challenge / timeout.
right.
Not even close.
Again, just trying to break the momentum that's being created here by the Spin Doctors. We're currently up by 3 points.
Yambao goes to G-Boy, and G-Boy scores off Betko. A side out for the Golden Spikers to keep within striking distance. Overpass. Makam is able to put it away. There's a break point for UST. They've scored 2 in a row.
G-Boy de Vega, that was not an ace, but that was enough pressure, you know, to break the receivers off the Spin Doctors.
That service just outside. Could have caught the line or the corner and would have tied the game, but instead, it's a 2-point deficit against De Vega and UST. Seven points for Caritativo. Makam. Caritativo with a beautiful dig. Here comes Calado against 2 blockers. Saved by Valera. Yambao, reverse set. Umantal turned away. It's a monster block for the Spin Doctors to lead by 3 again.
Good defense at the net here by the Spin Doctors.
Timeout for the Golden Spikers. Down by 3. Late in set 4. That is only the first timeout for Coach Oji Mamon. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining, and I tell you that because obviously it's going to be crucial down the stretch with such a close game here. Although for Umandal and the Golden Spikers, this is their biggest deficit in set number 4. Caritativo not yet in double digits, but everybody else, a lot of the supporting cast stepping up. There's an attack from the pipe by G-Boy de Vega.
Better execution this time from G-Boy de Vega from the back.
Now Valera will sit down, and Ibanez, who didn't see a lot of action in set number 3, is back in the game.
This is additional the defense at the back row here for the Golden Spikers.
Ibanez only with 8 points so far. Calado, he's in double digits with 12. Make that 13. Make that 14 now for Calado. So it's Betko with 20, Torres with 12, Calado with 13. Your top scorers for the Spin Doctors. As Hiro Austria, the team captain, checks in for the first time. Yambao to Makam. And Makam now with 11. One of 3 players in double digits as well. Valera with 11, De Vega with 16. Combination play, Calado. Yes, back-to-back points for Calado. 15 points already.
Mark Calado means business, wants to make sure that the Golden Spikers won't get their momentum back. He's been very aggressive in the last few hits.
Great serve again. Almost an ace for Betco. Bakam. This one picked up by Marmeto. And Narciso, Nicolas. Para dig for Ibanez. Combination play. Bakam sends it into the net.
He was looking for that angle. He was looking for that sharp cross-court.
And now this is the biggest deficit against UST, and Coach Mamon calls his final timeout.
Hindi nga eh. Alam mo talaga sobra kasi ayaw mong pag-block. Sabi ko kasi inyo gamitin nyo. Pasa ducks. Huwag mo ilabas nila. Josh, agaw. Let's go.
Let's go, Max.
Let's take a look at that last hit by Makam. He was avoiding the block, but that angle that he's trying to aim for was also open. No defense for the Spin Doctors.
A rare single sub for SAVOUGE. This is for defensive purposes. Mats Gampong is in as Narciso will sit down. Looking to get a good stop here. Betco with a nice serve again. Yambao. Makam. Drop shot is good. Well, they needed a side out. They got it. But they're still down by 3 points. Makam with 12. And Narciso back in the game. Pass coming from Calado. Betco from the back row. And there's a net touch.
Well, that's unfortunate for UST.
Yeah, maybe it's on De Vega.
Good pickup by Josh Ibanez.
Yeah. But that is negated, that dig, because of the net touch by G-Boy. There it is. Well, it's back to a 4-point lead for the Spin Doctors. Toto De Pedro is in to serve. Spin Doctors 2 points away from their second straight win. And if they pull this off, they'll give UST their first loss of the Invitational Conference. Yambao to De Vega. Blocked by Nicolas. De Vega tries again against a triple block. Coverage in the back zone by De Pedro. Betco into the net.
Still opportunity here for UST with that after that error by Betco.
So here's a double sub for UST. As Valera and Hernandez check in. Hernandez checks in for the second time today.
And this is going to be an important serve for Hernandez.
Nice serve, but a better pass from Marmeto. Combination play, Caritativo with one blocker. And that's forced match points for the Spin Doctors. Beautiful play. Set up by Narciso. Alabar overpasses. Easy put away as Shawi Caritativo with back-to-back points. Spin Doctors winning 4 against the Golden Spikers.
What an exciting game. Both teams, they're just really giving out their all. And this is the last point. Caritativo just putting it over, finding that open space.
So Caritativo failing to notch double digits in terms of attacks or points, but The 9-point he got was the most important one for SAVOUGE as they get their second straight win of the Invitational.
And this is actually good for the Spin Doctors, after that first game loss.
Yeah.
It wasn't an easy match for them though. UST really making it challenging for them.
Another 4-set game, but this time it's a win as SAVOUGE take down UST.
Welcome back to the 2025 Spikers Surf Invitational Conference. We're still live here at Paco Arena in Manila, and we are currently here with our best player of the game, of course, none other than Raymark Betco. Raymark, congratulations. Alam ko, hindi talaga naging madali itong laban na to. Nakakuha pa sa inyo ng isang set ang UST. Anong tumatakbo sa isip mo pagbalik mo sa fourth set para matapos na ang laban na to?
Pagbalik po namin sa fourth set, parang nung third set po kasi is nagmamadali kami, parang gigil na kaming tapusin, kaya nagkaka-error po kami. Kaya nung pagbalik namin nung fourth set, parang kung ano yung nilaro namin ng first set, parang ganun kami ulit, parang pagpasok namin sa court, relax kami, tapos kaya yun, hanggang sa nag-less error na kami, tsaka naging masaya pa kami lalo nung fourth set.
Oo nga, kitang-kita naman talaga yung energy na binibigay nyo, lalo na nung fourth set. At ngayon naman, Raymark, syempre dahil first season mo nga ito sa Spikers Turf, bagong salang ka pa lang, pero ganito na kalaki ang tiwala ng teammates mo, ng coaches mo sa'yo. Paano ito nakaka-apekto, syempre, sa performance mo sa loob ng court?
Nakikita po din po kasi ng mga coaches namin, lalo na kay Madam Sydney, na pag sa training po talaga, kung ano yung laro ko, lalaruin ko. Kasi di ba sabi nga, kung anong laro mo sa training, dapat pag kinabukasan sa laro, dapat ma-apply mo yun. Thankful din po ako kasi nga, unang kasama ko yan sila, mga kuya ko sila, then naitiwala na agad sa akin, lalo ng mga coaches. Kaya di ko sila, parang binibigay ko na lang din lahat ng best ko kung ano man yung expectation nila sa laro ko.
Ayan na talaga namang bigay na bigay ka sa laban na to. Congratulations once again, Raymark Betco, and of course the rest of our SAVOUGE Aesthetic Spin Doctors. Now that's all from us over here. Back to Eric and Ivy.
All right, thank you, Fiona. Congratulations, Raymark Betco and the SAVOUGE Spin Doctors as you take a look at highlights of set number 4.
It was a very exciting match for both the teams, performed well, but I think the Spin Doctors pretty much for the entire game has been more consistent, with how they play. They've committed those errors, but UST, the momentum would always shift. They will be able to get the points, but they break that with errors at the service line. They've committed I think 17 or 18 errors from the service line. And as we take a look at the numbers here for the set number 4, so it has been close here in the last set. And the error still is what I think we can point out for the Golden Tigers, because take the errors away, they actually played well, So they've been, they also had their good defense, they were blocking very well, they've had their moments. So it's just a matter of consistency and how they would be able to hold on to the momentum that they have able to gain for themselves.
So UST absorbed their first loss. They dropped down to 1-1 in the standings. Meanwhile, the Spin Doctors get their second straight win after losing their first game, powered by the second 20-point performance of Spikers Turf rookie Raymark Betco. Our director is Rolly Ocampo, game producer is Nick Earnshaw. For Fiona Bacani, my partner Ivy Remulla, I'm Eric Tipan. Coming up, we've got the first runner-up from last year's Invitational Conference, the King Crunchers, taking on the Griffins. Final game of your triple header right here on your Signal TV channels.